Oh, here we are. Here we are. Here we are. Oh, right. We are excited. I am excited. Now, I have already delved in a little bit. We have done the tutorial just to check that out, do some stuff, and just kind of go through some things and just kind of see what's going on initially. Just going through menus and what have you. So here we are, beginning of Farming Simulator 25. A good chunk of the user interface is very similar to 22. There are some changes in game as well as sorry, excuse me. There are some changes in game that are obviously different, but the main menu here is fairly the same. Welcome. Sorry, I'm so excited. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Here we are. So again, we've got we'll just start at the bottom. Credits is credits. Obviously, we've got our options. Boom, that is loud. We have here we go. So game setting options. We've got our invert Y look at the beginning. Now, I've already made some changes. I do change my field of view to 70% and the first person field of view to 70%, and it just does a little bit that I find it just helps a smidge. It doesn't do anything crazy. It's not for everybody, but that's just something that I do. I haven't touched the third person field of view because I'm pretty comfortable with how it looks and how it feels, so I'm pretty happy with that one. In-game HUD style now, or excuse me, scale. I usually run that about 80 to 70%. Now, because we're recording and because everyone wants to see, we're going to actually have that at 100%. Part of me wants to, you know what, let's just bump that up to 110%. Of course, we want our realistic beacons on for sure. As well as the sound, I've already made some changes. So the volume master, now also too, I do chat on with a headset. I do chat and play with a headset. So this is more for me and my headset. It's not necessarily for everybody's sound, but this is how I've got it. I've got my volume at main, my master at 50%. Music volume I've got at 0. That's the menu music. I don't need to hear that. It's good. Thank you for adding it. It's annoying quick. So I just shut that off. And then the vehicle volume down to 30% right now until I get something that really sounds good. And then we're gonna maybe bump that up. Environment volume we've got at 80%, character volume at 70%, radio volume at 70%, which actually we're gonna just turn that down because technically if that pops on I'm gonna have problems. So, and then we've got our menu volume at 50%, which I think I left. I think that's the way it was at the beginning. So we're just gonna apply that. Saved successfully. Perfect. Now we're options. PlayStation Store. Obviously, they got just these three right now. Year one, the Gold Edition, and they've got the MacDon. So we've got all of those. Awesome. Can't wait for the first see what comes out. Trophies. This is the same as 22. They're vague. They've got no descriptions, and they're vague as all. So we're just gonna have to wait for the old wiki list to come out for that. For that. Downloadable content as well. We've got categories. We've got stuff. We've already got a few ones. Government subsidy, of course, is already out. We've got pack. Oh, that's just it. Medium tractors. We got the Agco Alice Series 9700, John Deere 7810, and then we've got our soil cultivation. What we got? The Kuhn HR 4040 plus Venta 4030, as well as the Nordsten. I keep wanting to say Nordstern. Nordsten NS 3003. Oh, Wixing my merds up again here again. That didn't take long. Then for the subsoilers, we've got the Kuhn DC 401. That's out. And then we've got seeding. Kuhn, we've already been there. Okay. John Deere, that's already out. The John Deere 1775. And then we've got the combine. Oh, that's the MacDon. And forage harvesters, a Class Jaguar 990, 930. And we've got the Class Jaguar, okay. Yep, okay, yeah, there we go. Don't want to go too far. Let you folks come in and check it out there. I want to get too ahead of myself. Kuhn GMD 4411. Kuhn GF 8712 Tedder, and the Kuhn Merge Max 950, that's already out. Okay. And forestry, we've got the FH16 6x4 Palfinger Epsilon M FS2512Z. It depends on where you're from. Well, it depends on how you say that. And the government subsidy. Okay, and as you guys can see, folks, sorry, I should say, folks, as you folks can see, the menu has definitely changed when it comes to the vehicles. So now when it comes to the vehicles and the mods, this is our mod category. So our categories now, best, got the categories, got the best, most downloaded, latest, and recommended. And that's where all at the very top here at the menu. Looks like we've got 8,000 megs, 8,186.19 megabytes of storage. And the way they are doing it now is now in categories, individual categories. So you've got your drivables, which would be your medium tractors, trucks, so on, cars, what have you. We'll see that. Oh, and I'm hitting left and right here. It takes some getting used to. Oh, it definitely takes some getting used to navigate. You can use your left stick and you can use your D-pad, so that's kind of nice. And then your L1 and R1 goes up and down on your left stick, or on your left side of the screen there. We've got our categories, installed, update, downloadable content, and extra content. So, oh, I thought the Macnon was an extra content. Oh, I guess not. Anyways, so that is your mod list. So that's what we've got out so far as of day one. The end of day one, I guess. Yeah, it's been late. I'm terribly sorry for being late. I had to get that last video done. I just had to. And all that stuff work at the farm and get done. And we're pretty much there at the farm too on 22. That we're ready to make the RP move. I can't wait. Oh, I'm excited. Now, multiplayer is pretty much, other than the visuals, it's pretty much the exact same. So join game. Let's get in here. Please wait. Connecting to server. And there we go. So there you go. You got all your servers there. You've got your map on the side. That's pretty much all of your same stuff. Include password. Include full games. Only downloaded DLCs. Allow crossplay. So that is all the same there, which is nice. And then same thing with create game. Ooh, a little ahead of ourselves. And then you got create game there. And same thing as 22 as well, where it's the same menu, same user, sorry. Again, different look, pretty much the same there. Now, let's get into it. So then we go into career. Now I've already got two of them there that we'll get into as well. Now I don't want to give too much away. So when you are starting, we do have our three maps. We have our Riverbend Springs. We've got our Hutan Pantai. Oh, I know I butchered that one. Terribly sorry about that. And we're back to Zelonka. Probably butchered that one too. So now Riverbend Springs. We're gonna check this one out. We're gonna check these two out. This one, I don't think I'm gonna check this one out. I'm sorry, I'm not going to. It's been out. I think we've all seen it. It's probably just a very pretty version with all of the new stuff. So I'm not planning on it. Let's just say that. We'll say it that. But we're gonna start with Riverbend here. The options it gives you again: new farmer, farm manager, and start from scratch. And it doesn't matter which one of these you pick. It will still give you the option to choose, to change, certain things about, to change everything. So if we go to start from scratch, we can change our monies, right? Oh, start loan. Okay, so let's try to zero that. Can we zero? Oh, I thought it gave you zeros. Okay, what about farm manager? No. Only 100,000 is the lowest. Okay, new farmer, 100,000. So a million's the most. 100,000 goes up in 50,000 increments. Well, sorry, no, it goes 250,000 increments there. Okay, that's okay. I mean, that's not necessarily what I was hoping for, but okay. Well, I mean, there was the mods out there that gave you the zeros. I'm actually kind of shocked. Yeah, yeah, okay. Kind of shocked there. I figured that would give you the option to give you zeros. Like, just give me some contracts. Let me go. All right, so moving on. Starting loan. Okay, up to $1 million start loan. So you can start with 2 million, but you got the $1 million start loan if you do that. Economic, again, easy, normal, hard. choose whatever you want. Start farm, this is where the starting farm in the game will be given to you, obviously, when you're given there, or you can take that away. So if we take away the start farm, it takes away the guided intro, because I'll get to that. When you have the start farm, I can have the guided intro on, or I can take it off. So you can start with the farm without the intro, but you can't do the intro without the start farm. All right. Speaking of the start farm, again, I did it real quick. It's pretty much the same thing as 22. However, there is one added little thing that they say in the tutorial that kind of makes me perk my eyebrows up a little bit. So I'll let you all have a listen, and yeah, let's see.
Seating is easy. While seating, straight lines are important though.
Interesting, right? So it makes me kind of intrigued about the realism factor. That would be kind of nice. That if that kind of adds to it, but if it becomes a royal pain in the butt, then we'll see. Anyways, I am very intrigued about that. So we are for showcase purposes, we are going to start with new farmer, because I want to show everybody what the game starts you with. We are going to start with $1 million because I want to maybe play with something in case. Do you want to start with the loan? Nah, we'll start with the loan. Okay, we'll leave that. So, new farmer. We are going to start with our new farm. I've already done the intro. It's, again, this pretty much, other than that one little add-on there, it's pretty much the same thing. You do get a trophy, I do believe. Yeah, I've already got that one trophy there, so I do believe you get a trophy off of doing the tutorial. And yeah, okay, moving on. So then, obviously, you start your farm. I've got one mod because I've got the MacDon pack, which I guess counts as a mod. I guess that's what that 1 out of 1 is, maybe? We're going to say that. All right, so let's fire this up. Okay, so then once we're all loaded up, put you right back into the wardrobe as usual. And again, I'm fairly similar. You get to change some hairstyles now. It's kind of neat. And you get some facial hair you can put on there. Whatever, a whole bunch of stuff on there. Some new stuff there, some old stuff, some regular stuff. Got the old fire outfit. We got farm outfit. We got a whole bunch of stuff, and then a lot of the usual. That's what I find, a lot of good stuff. The usual down through there. You can get some sunglasses as well. Put them shades on. And on the way you go. And there we go. In we go to the farm. So now, once we get in here, again, pretty self-explanatory. We have our map bottom left. Again, left bumper and left stick will change that. There is our map. We are at the center left, is where 2, 3, 4, 5. It's kind of hard to see, all jumbled up. It is a busy map. Very busy map. So that is how you change your menu there, or your map there. We've got our times up the top. Now, whenever I get into a map, we do have our menus. We're going to get there in a second, but the first thing I like to do is a couple quick changes. So we're going to go into game settings real quick. So first and foremost, here's our new menu. Again, a lot of D-pad stuff is just like before, but the UI is a little different. So pause game, but yeah, I definitely want my autosave interval off. I'm going to turn my times to 1 at the very least, and then we're going to want our, what do we got here? Automatic engine start. I turned that off immediately. Oh, that's so annoying. Okay, well, for ripping around, that's all we really need to do, and just for checking things out, that's the main thing. So now, again, when you get in here, same as before, you've got your options button or your start button. It's, whatever you want to call it, if you want to date yourself. And we've got, so when it first gets you in here, boom, there we go. So here's our map. We are in this little area of our farm. If we zoom on out, that is the, I guess, kind of the bottom center left. I'd say center left-ish. So that's where we are. We have our whole map all the way up and around here. Oh, and I actually was playing with some. So we're going to turn all these back on. And let's go through them all while we're here. So wheat, barley, canola, oat, corn, sunflowers, soybeans, potatoes, rice, long grain rice, sugar beets, sugar cane, cotton, sorghum, grapes, olives, poplar, red beet, carrots, parsnips, green beans, peas, spinach, grass, oilseed radish. There we go. There's all of our crop types. So, oh, I got a lot ahead of me. And then we move to our left and right. So we have our arrows in the top that when they'll pop up green when you've highlighted that spot. It's kind of hard to tell if you're not noticing. And then you can change. So now we have those little gray dots. So we go crop types. We're over at growth now. And we have our stubble, so on and so forth. And same with our soil composition. Looks like we've got waterbed. There, oh, watered. Oh, wow, words are hard today. Boy, oh boy, huh? So, yeah, they're watered ones, stones, mulched, needs rolling, needs lime fertilizer, water. Oh my, okay. Anyways, I am tired. It has been a long day, and it has been a busy day, and I love it. Okay, now we get into our hot spots. So now we can turn on our hot spots, I guess, and turn off our so we can turn off our hot spots. We can have our tip stations, loading stations, productions, animals, contracts, and others. So we can have all those on and off depending on what you were trying to find. And then when it comes to the farmland, right there, we go into our farmland here, is what we have owned and what we have currently selected, and my farm. So because the farm is so busy, we can probably also maybe, if we turn off some stuff, it's kind of hard to tell. Yeah, like I find, if we zoom in here, so this is purchasable, this isn't. So it's not the darkest of transitions. Same where this is purchasable, but this isn't. So because of that, it's a little bit of a tough transition. So you kind of have to get in close and see, right? So right, this stuff isn't purchasable, but this is purchasable. So that is purchasable, but you can see it's just, it looks like it's just that little line. So you can't actually, looks like you won't be able to manipulate like around the edge. Same here, when you get right into it, you can see where it's like there's that edge. Or if I select the property, it's only that property that, yeah, so it's similar to 22 and Elm Creek, so to speak, right, where they do have the separations, where it's like you can even see in here. So I would like to think if you did own these two properties, you probably could do something close, whether or not it's exact, because you can almost see where it is close, it just is shifted a bit. So maybe actually you can do something, because that's pretty darn close to that. Oh, that menu's in the way, but that's pretty darn close. And then you've got this where, yeah, you can see it halfway in between, and then we select this farmland. Why isn't it? Oh, there we go. Okay, and then what about? There we go. Yeah, okay. I don't know. Maybe I wasn't far enough. Okay, so yeah, there we go. So then in that case, I would say we would be able to manipulate that road. That makes me think we can manipulate that road. But then if we get down, yeah, so then we get down to here where, okay, select it. Come on, hello. Oh, that's why I need, I'm hitting buttons. Just mashing buttons here. Okay, so that, yeah, so that goes over, and then that goes over, and that matches up. So you could probably manipulate this road, but then you get to here, and no more. No more. Okay. Well, not bad. There is some stuff. Okay. So, anyways, moving on. So this is that. So that's the farmland. So there we go. So that's what we can do for farmland, for how to purchase and how to check out. Because now it's actually kind of neat that we can actually select that. And then once you've selected that, up and down on the D-pad, and let me see. Yeah, left and right, up and down on the left stick as well. We could either purchase the land or we can visit the land. So you can actually go right to the land immediately. I like that. I kind of like that. That's actually really nice to be able to have. You want to be able to immediately see. So kind of neat. I understand the teleporting thing. When it comes to viewing, testing, and all that stuff, yeah, I teleport everywhere. Okay, so what do we got here? So that's farmland. So let's go. Let's back out of here. So then we're going to go back to here. Now we go to create job and active workers. Okay, so the last two. Okay, so instead of up and down, they've had these. And I wonder if I go to the map. And yeah, and if I click any left, if any sticks here, it doesn't go to a quick farmland. Now, if you go down to this menu right, ooh, is it that menu? Yes, so if you hit the middle button or whatever menu it is to get into the vehicles, at the very bottom where you go to, again, it's very similar to 22, you can go to the animal dealer, wardrobe, construction, farmland, and vehicles. So I think it was it wardrobe, construction, farmland, I forget what it was in 22. I was only playing it yesterday. I never used this menu so in 22. So I just do the shortcut into the construction menu, and the farmland I always did the shortcut through the map. So that is a way to get into your farmland too. You can go through here, click that, and then it'll immediately get you into here. All right. So it's the same but different, right? Okay, so the next one, so that's the farmland hotspots, create jobs. Okay. We don't have any workers, we don't have any jobs, we don't have anything. Can't really do anything there. All right, moving on. Now, next one down, we have got our crop calendar. So planting season, planting season is green, harvest season is red. Wow, a lot more in depth. So it looks a little bit more detailed. Or maybe it's just they've got more info. Oh, they've just got the weather crammed into the same page. That's all. That's all. Shiny. Okay, so wow, that's a lot of product. Whew, I am going to be a busy, busy person. Oh man, my butt's going to be just a hopping. So, looking like it's, well, right now I have it set to the beginning. It's just one day a month. That's all I need. I have nothing to do but contracts. So that's all I have it set to. They definitely have the weather thing set up at the bottom, which is kind of neat and nice. That's kind of cool. We've got our times there. So our currently, wind speed, direction. We've got our 8 o'clock. This is like a 10-hour little forecast. And then we've got our good old 6-month forecast. That's okay. Interesting. So now, again, like also too, I do run seasonal growth. That's the way I like to do it. This one, we'll get into my settings later, but yeah, this one we're gonna try to go kind of hardcore a little bit. We'll see how we can do with it. We'll see. So, all right. So that's pretty self-explanatory. Yay or nay? It's either green, red, or no. Cow pasture. All right, so we've got animals. 50 months times 3. Oh, that's right, because it starts us with stuff. That's right. Okay, so cow pasture. We have an Angus cows. We have times 3. We have 3 cows. What do we got here? Pen information. Productivity, water. We got total capacity. Hay, silage, grass, meadow. Oh yes, that's right, because we've got the meadow now too. That's neat that they graph the meadow though. That's pretty nifty. I kind of like that. But it is very similar to 22 though. Okay, so that's neat. And then health and reproduction. Okay, so now if we, okay, I think all we have are cows because it's not allowing me to, ooh, not that button. Yeah, I think all we got are cows probably because I got nothing here. All right, so moving on. Contracts. Ooh, there we go. Okay, so what do we got? Fertilizer, hoeing, stone picking, wood transport. Oh, I can't help myself. I'm always a kid. I'm sorry. I'm always a kid. Okay, so we've got the old Walter wants to fertilize in case. Oh, gee, I'm not gonna. I'm. Okay. And Ben wants the stone picking, and Noah wants some wood transport. Okay. All right. Anyways. Okay, why you do this to me? Oh, this is just... That's kind of neat. So it shows you in the map, and it shows you where. So farmland 46. There we go. This one tells you, what do we got here? That one thing in the top right's flashing. What's the one? Wood transport. Transport trees to specified location. Get paid. Okay. So that looks like the sawmill. Oh, bottom left. There we go. Blinky. There we go. Open your eyes there, buds. So bottom left there is where you pick them up. The green icon. Okay. The little red things are... Can't really see them very well. But what do we got? Lease cost. Farmland. Tells you what farmland is. Okay. Paper selling. Oh, sorry. The paper factory. Reward per tree, 550. Penalty per tree. 550. Or sorry, 2,000. Be careful not to damage them, as any damage will be deducted from your pay. I think that's very similar to Silver Run. Maybe you folks can tell me, because I didn't play Silver Run. I think there were tree contracts, wasn't there? Did you get penalty for damage? Anyways, number of trees, 19, and reward for 10 grand. Whew. Kind of wish this was my game right now. I'd like a $10,000 starting contract. Okay, so next we've got our productions. Oh boy, oh boy. So we have, right now we're in the available menu, and then we also have our owned menu, which we have owned nothing right now. But the available on map, we've got our bakery, we've got our biogas plant, 1 MW. We've got our canning factory, carpentry, cement factory, Cooper, grain mill, oil mill, paper factory, playground maker hall, rope maker, sawmill, spinnery, tailor shop, wagon builder. Okay. All right. Okay, sure. I mean, neat, definitely. Kind of interesting. Cooper, I will tell. I've never heard that name before. That's neat. Did not know that was called that. But okay, that's a lot of productions. We've got a lot of productions to get. Oh boy, folks. Yeah, we've got a lot of stuff to get. What do we got here? Sawmill. Oh, and visit tag place, and it even tells. Oh, that's neat. So we've got wood planks, and it tells you 416 pieces of wood will give you 410 planks and 120 wood chips. Interesting. Toy tractor, 8,400 planks. 8,400 planks and 2,000 planks long for a toy. How big is this toy tractor? Oh my God, I better be able to fit an engine into it and actually drive it away. Okay, that's cool. Oil mill. Canola oil, olive oil, rice, and sunflower oil. Okay, yeah, makes sense. Barley, oat flour, rice flour, sunflower. Yeah, okay. Yeah, barrels, bathtubs, buckets. Okay. Oh, cement factory. We got cement bricks. What do we got here? Cement bricks, 1,000 stones for 125 cement bricks. We've got cement bags, 180 cement bags, and then roof plate. So all for 1,000 stone. So 1,000 stone. Interesting. Carpentry. What do we got here? Furniture, and just from the different products. Okay. All right. So that's very base game 22 for sure. It's just finally using the platinum. Well, sorry. Yeah, the planks long is what they didn't use. And we got a canning factory. Oh man. Okay. Canned peas. Green beans, kimchi. Oh yeah, I butchered that one, I'm sure. I'm sorry. Noodle soup. So we got the flour noodle soup. Okay, really? Rice flour noodle soup. Okay. Preserved beetroot, carrots, parsnips, long grain, rice, long grain, and spinach bag. Okay. Biogas. Yep, pretty self-explanatory. That's the one we want quickly. That's the one on the list. And then we've got our bakery. Okay, so bakery, rice. Okay, and we've got our recipe. Rice flour, okay. And then make milk bottle, yeah, okay. Egg, strawberries. All right, yep, same as 22 there. All right. Now, next one. Boom! Ho! Jumping. We got our prices. Not only do we have our prices, I'm going to go, so there we go. So all the way to the top, we got our prices. We've got our vehicles. We've got our hand tools. We've got our finances. And we got our statistics. All on this one. Okay. So finances. I'm $1 million. I'm a millionaire. Oh, and that's going to go in the blink of an eye. Hand tools. It's, okay. All right. Let's check that out here shortly. And we've got our vehicles. So, yeah, we got our Challenger. What do we got? License plate. Oh, it actually, okay. Interesting. You can check to see if you got your doubles. See if you're legal or not. Working hours, condition, leasing costs, and value. Right on. Yeah. So, different layout. I kind of like this layout a little bit nicer. Ooh, and it tell me. Oh, it tells me the stats for everything at the bottom, too. John Deere 3650, 116 horsepower, 5 tons, 1 slot. How diggity. 12 horsepower, 110 things. Yeah, there we go. See, this is, okay. Okay, see, that's why I scrolled down here. So why does this one say 160 to 225? Well, if I own it, what is it? Which one is it? So I guess it's not that specific, unfortunately. So you gotta probably just have to remember which one you have. But yeah, right there. Okay. That's neat. Very neat, very neat. Okay, moving on. And then back down to the bottom here. So, very bottom, we got our base game, bottom part, where we have our save game, and good old, now it's, good old hiccups again. Excuse me. Now we've got the save game there, where basically we've, self-explanatory, game settings. Here we go. So back where we were before, to turn that autosave off, which I just find that annoying, and I'll get to that later. And then I have the automatic engine braking. But anyways, what do we got here? So for game settings, it's very similar to 22 again. There's really not much changed. Auto interval, time scale, economic difficulty, traffic, seasonal growth, days per month, fixed visual month. That was the same as 22. We can turn your snow on and off. We've got our crop destruction, periodic plowing, fieldstone, limestone, lime required, weeds, and then the new one is disaster destruction. So it defines if the destruction is active on a disaster. So enabled, of course. I'm going to throw everything I can in front of what is. Oh, I can't wait till what happens. There's so many things I want to do. So, then we've got our vehicle control. So you got your dirt, automatic engine start, off. And stop and go braking, trailer fill limit, fuel usage. So you got your AI workers, which again, have it to set to you. Now I personally have all that stuff off, but we'll get there. Now, back to the top there, we got your game settings and general settings. You can just switch in here between left and right on the game settings and general settings, or you can actually go game settings, out, general settings. All right, there you go. So, again, everything's pretty much the same as 22. Help window, colorblind mode, interactive zone markers, info trigger, field info. Excuse me. Oh, why aren't you letting me scroll down? Hey. Oh, there. Okay, something. All right, something was going all wonky there. So, info trigger, field info, yeah, money units, measuring units, temperature units, area units. Then you have your radio, which is you can have your radio on or off, as well as in or always. Camera, reset vehicle camera, indoor camera suspension, dynamic vehicle camera, and invert Y camera. The indoor camera suspension, I believe, is new. I think it's new, but I have it on just because it sounds like it would be helpful. Then we've got our input controls. We've got our easy arm controls. I don't remember if mine are on or off. I'm pretty sure mine are the off controls from what I remember now, because now I have to pull up 22 and go double check my options. But I do know for a fact that camera sensitivity and vehicle arm sensitivity, I jack those up to about 200%. and then I find it a little bit more manageable because I just found that the 100% is unbelievably killerly slow. Oh, it just hurts. Okay, and then steering back speed, which I would imagine if I had a steering wheel, maybe that would be in effect. Excuse me. 1 second. And yeah, so the steering sensitivity, I just leave it at 100. That doesn't bother me. Direction change in gear shift mode. I run 22 on automatic. My friend, good old Mad Dad, loves to razz me about that, so I am going to be trying to dabble in the manual. However, for running around the farm and or running around here and exploring, we're on automatic because I want to worry about looking and not shifting because I'm not good at it. If I was good at shifting on 22, I could probably pull it off and not have to worry about it. It'd be like second nature, but I just never did it. So speedometer display value, I always do engine speed because I find that's a really quick, easy way to remember if your engine's on or not because we have automatic engine start off. So this one, it seems like no matter how far away you get from it, it stays on. So yeah, I like to have the engine speed. Just a quick reminder visually, if I can't hear the engine, that whether or not the engine's on. As well as there are times too where, yeah, I have, families asleep and puppers asleep and trying to keep everything quiet, so can't really have it on super high. So very handy. Switch to trains on until off. Like at this point, I don't use the trains, so we could turn it off, but I don't find I use the switching very much. So, excuse me, I've never really turned it off or had the need to turn it off, so I'm indifferent for that. So that's up to you folks. If you find it easier, then great. But it doesn't matter to me. Wood harvester automatic cutting. That is the one where you have the same thing on 22, where the tree will automatically be cut once you move it to the length. I usually have that on just because when I move the tree over to where I'm cutting it, it's already ready to go. So maybe one day if I can get, yeah, see, even then I find it's easier that way for me, and well, maybe we'll see. We'll probably change that for this one because, like I said, I kind of feel like maybe we're gonna try to go hardcore, make it as realistic as possible, without going killer. Or maybe we'll go killer. I don't know. We'll try. Put all the details in. It's all about the details. And then sound, right again. And like I said before, sound is what I already mentioned earlier, and it's just the same as what it is in here. Okay, so that is the gist of the menu system, and that is the gist of coming in. So there we go. Thank you very much for joining, and we are going to get into a tour of this farm and this map here next. Okay, we'll see you all soon. Thank you very much.